Wake up! Manifestation isn't some weak fantasy. It's the unbreakable law of reality. You don't ask for success. You create it! The world doesn't care about your excuses, your doubts, or your hesitation. Either you control your destiny, or you stay at the bottom wishing for change while others take what's theirs. Look around. Every winner, every champion, every dominant force in this world didn't hope their way to the top. They demanded it. And if you're still waiting for luck or fate to save you, you've already lost. This isn't inspiration, this is a battle. And if you're not fighting, you're falling behind.
The mind is the battlefield where every war is won or lost before a single shot is fired. Most people walk through life completely unaware that their thoughts are actively creating their reality moment by moment. Every limiting belief, every self-doubt, every "I can't" is another brick in the prison of their own making. Winners understand this fundamental truth. Your external world is nothing more than a physical manifestation of your internal state. The broke mentality attracts broke results, while the unshakable conviction of a champion magnetizes success. This isn't some new age nonsense, it's the cold, hard law of cause and effect. When you truly grasp that your thoughts are the blueprint of your destiny, everything changes. The moment you take full responsibility for your mental programming is the moment you seize control of your life's trajectory. Weakness of mind is the root of all failure. Look around at the people stuck in dead-end jobs, toxic relationships, and financial struggle. Their circumstances didn't create their mindset. Their mindset created their circumstances. The broke person thinks money is hard to get, while the wealthy know money flows effortlessly to those who understand its nature. The average person believes success takes luck, while winners know luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Your beliefs aren't just ideas, they're self-fulfilling prophecies that dictate your actions, your habits, and ultimately your destiny. Most never escape mediocrity because they refuse to examine and upgrade their mental operating system. They'd rather blame the system, their upbringing, or their bad luck than confront the uncomfortable truth. Their thoughts built this prison, and only they hold the key. Dominant minds create dominant realities. There's a reason why top performers across all fields, from elite athletes to billionaire entrepreneurs, share similar mental frameworks. They understand that reality is malleable to the will of those with unshakable conviction. When you program your mind with absolute certainty, when you eliminate all possibility of failure from your mental vocabulary, the universe has no choice but to comply. This isn't wishful thinking. It's the psychological foundation of all achievement. Every invention, every empire, every breakthrough began as a thought before it became reality. The difference between those who manifest their dreams and those who don't isn't capability, it's mental discipline. The world is a mirror. It will reflect back to you exactly what you project, whether that's confidence or insecurity, abundance or lack. Choose your thoughts wisely, because they're building your future right now. Most people are mental slaves to external validation. They need permission to think big, approval to take risks, and constant reassurance that they're on the right path. This is the mindset of peasants, not kings. True power comes from developing an internal locus of control, the unshakable knowing that you create your reality, regardless of circumstances or opinions. When you stop looking outside yourself for validation and start trusting your own mind's creative power, that's when real manifestation begins. The masses are trapped in mental loops of fear and limitation because they've never been taught they have a choice in the matter. But you're different. You're awakening to the truth that your thoughts are the architects of your destiny. Every limiting belief you discard, every empowering thought you adopt, is another step toward the life you're meant to live. The process starts between your ears. Master that, and the physical world must follow. The mind operates like a garden. Whatever you plant and nurture will grow. Most people's mental gardens are overrun with weeds of doubt, fear, and limitation because they've never learned to cultivate their thoughts deliberately. Winners understand that mental discipline isn't optional. It's the price of admission to an extraordinary life. You wouldn't plant garbage in a garden and expect roses, yet most people fill their minds with negativity and wonder why their lives are miserable. The process of mental mastery begins with ruthless awareness, catching every limiting thought as it arises and replacing it with empowering truth. This isn't about positive thinking, it's about accurate thinking. The truth is, you're capable of far more than you've been conditioned to believe, but realizing that potential requires rewiring years of faulty programming. The work starts in your mind, and the results manifest in your reality. Action without the right mindset is wasted energy. You can hustle 18 hours a day, but if your mind is infected with scarcity and self-doubt, you'll sabotage every opportunity that comes your way. True manifestation begins with aligning your mental frequency with what you want to attract. This is why two people can take identical actions with completely different results. Their underlying beliefs create entirely different energetic signatures. The wealthy mindset knows money is abundant and easily attracted, while the broke mentality repels it with every thought. The key isn't just thinking differently, it's believing differently at the deepest level of your being. When your subconscious programming aligns with your conscious desires, manifestation becomes effortless. This is the secret the elite don't want you to know. Success is an inside job first and foremost. Master your mind, and the physical world has no choice but to fall in line. Let me break this down for you clearly. Dreams without execution are nothing but mental masturbation. Every single person on earth has big ideas, but only a tiny fraction ever turn those ideas into reality. The difference between winners and losers isn't intelligence or opportunity. It's the willingness to take massive, consistent action regardless of circumstances. Most people are stuck in paralysis by analysis, waiting for the perfect moment that never comes. Meanwhile, champions understand that action itself creates opportunity. Momentum builds as you move, not while you're sitting around planning. The first step is always the hardest, but it's the only one that matters, because without it, you're just another dreamer with potential that will never be realized. Action is the great equalizer. It doesn't care about your background, your education, or your excuses. Either you move or you get left behind, period. Here's the brutal truth. The universe responds to energy in motion, not thoughts in stagnation. You can visualize all day, affirm until you're blue in the face, but if you're not putting in the work, you're just fooling yourself. Real manifestation requires physical proof of your commitment. The sweat, the grind, the late nights when everyone else is sleeping. Action is your down payment on success, and the more you invest, the greater your returns. Most people fail because they want the reward without the work, the victory without the fight. But reality doesn't negotiate. You get out exactly what you put in, no more, no less. Every action you take is a vote for the person you're becoming. And when those votes add up, the universe has no choice but to deliver what you've earned. Stop waiting for permission. The only permission you need comes from within. Let me make this crystal clear. There is no such thing as passive success. Every empire, every fortune, every legacy was built through relentless action in the face of doubt, discomfort, and adversity. The reason most people never reach their goals isn't because they don't want it badly enough, but because they aren't willing to do what it takes day in and day out. Action separates the talkers from the doers, the spectators from the players. When you develop the habit of consistent execution, something magical happens. Obstacles become stepping stones, competition fades away, and opportunities seem to materialize out of thin air. This isn't luck. It's the law of cause and effect in motion. The more value you put into the world through action, the more the world gives back. But you have to go first. The universe doesn't respond to spectators. Understand this. Hesitation is the enemy of progress. Every second you spend debating whether to take action is a second your competition is moving ahead. The most successful people in any field aren't necessarily the smartest or most talented. They're simply the ones who act the fastest and most consistently. Procrastination is just fear in disguise. And fear is the tax you pay for doubt. When you eliminate hesitation from your vocabulary, you unlock a level of productivity that leaves the masses in the dust. Action creates clarity. You don't figure everything out first and then act. You act first and the path becomes clear through movement. The moment you commit fully to execution is the moment the universe starts conspiring in your favor. But it all starts with that first decisive step. Everything else is just noise. Here's what they don't tell you. Action is the antidote to fear. Most people are paralyzed by the what ifs and worst case scenarios, but champions know the secret. The only way to build confidence is through doing. You don't wait until you're fearless to start. You start, and the fear dissipates through action. Every time you push through resistance and take action despite discomfort, you're rewiring your brain for success. This is how ordinary people achieve extraordinary things, not by waiting for motivation, but by developing the discipline to act regardless of how they feel. Motivation follows action, not the other way around. The more you train yourself to execute without hesitation, the more you'll accomplish while others are still stuck in their heads. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be, and the only way across is to start walking. Let me be brutally honest. Your current life is the direct result of your past actions or inactions. If you're not where you want to be, it's not because of bad luck or unfair circumstances. It's because you haven't taken enough of the right actions consistently enough. The good news? The reverse is also true. Your future is completely determined by the actions you take starting right now. Time is the great equalizer. We all get the same 24 hours, but what separates winners from losers is how they use those hours. Are you investing them in meaningful action or wasting them on distractions? Every action compounds over time. Small, consistent steps lead to massive results, but you have to start today. Not tomorrow, not next week. The most powerful time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second most powerful time is now. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. They'll never come. Start where you are with what you have and build from there. Talk is cheap, and the world only pays for results. You can have the best ideas, the most inspiring vision, but none of it matters if you don't execute. Action is the universal currency of success. It's how you prove to yourself and the world that you're serious. When you develop a bias for action, something shifts. Doors open, people take notice, opportunities multiply. This isn't magic, it's the natural consequence of being someone who gets things done in a world full of talkers. The choice is yours. You can spend your life making excuses or making progress, but you can't do both. Remember this, dreams are free, but the hustle is sold separately. The version of you that achieves everything you want isn't some future fantasy. It's the version that starts taking action today, right now, without hesitation. That person is waiting for you to show up. What are you waiting for? Fear isn't just an emotion, it's the toll you pay for hesitation, the interest on your self-doubt, the penalty for not trusting your instincts. Every second you spend questioning whether you deserve success is another second your competition is moving ahead. The universe doesn't reward the hesitant, it rewards the decisive. When you allow fear to dictate your actions, you're essentially paying protection money to your own limitation. This isn't some motivational fluff. This is the cold, hard mathematics of achievement. The tax rate on doubt is brutal. It compounds daily, stealing opportunities, eroding confidence, and keeping you trapped in mediocrity. Winners understand this fundamental truth. The only way to avoid paying this tax is to eliminate doubt entirely from your mental framework. The moment you fully commit, when you burn the boats and remove all possibility of retreat, is the moment fear loses its power over you. Let's dissect this further. Fear isn't your enemy, it's your bill collector. It shows up demanding payment for every time you've second-guessed yourself, every opportunity you've hesitated on, every moment you've questioned your worthiness. The more you owe, the louder fear knocks. Most people try to hide from this collector, but champions, they settle their debts up front through bold action. Here's the secret they don't teach you. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the willingness to act despite it. Every time you push through fear, you're making a payment toward your freedom from doubt. The wealthy mindset understands this transaction. They know that temporary discomfort is the price of permanent growth. Your breakthrough isn't on the other side of fear, it's through it. The question isn't whether you'll pay, we all do, but whether you'll pay in the currency of regret or the currency of progress. Doubt is the most expensive luxury you can afford. It costs you relationships, opportunities, and ultimately your destiny. Think about it. Every what-if scenario that's ever held you back was just doubt in disguise. The what if I fail is doubt charging you interest on potential success. The what if they reject me is doubt taxing your social capital. The what if I'm not ready is doubt inflating the price of your growth. This isn't philosophy, this is financial literacy for your soul. The elite understand that doubt is a wealth transfer mechanism. It takes from those who hesitate and gives to those who act. Your mind is either an asset generating confidence or a liability producing fear, and you get to choose which through your daily mental investments. The moment you recognize doubt as the thief it is the moment you stop letting it rob you.
Here's the brutal accounting of fear. It always collects but never invests. Fear takes your time, your energy, your potential, and gives nothing in return. It's the worst kind of debt, one that grows without creating any value. Most people are drowning in this debt without even realizing it, wondering why they can't get ahead. Meanwhile, the successful operate in a different financial paradigm. They've learned to short sell fear. They understand that the perceived risk of action is always less than the guaranteed cost of inaction. This is the trader's mindset applied to life. Every moment of hesitation is a position you're not taking, a trade you're not making, a win you're not claiming. The market of life rewards those who understand the spread between fear's illusion and action's reality. Your portfolio of achievements will only ever be as valuable as your willingness to take calculated risks. Let me show you the compound interest of courage. Every time you act despite fear, you're not just gaining that specific victory, you're building psychological capital that appreciates over time. This is how winners seem to get all the breaks. They've made enough courage deposits that the universe has no choice but to pay out dividends. Meanwhile, the doubters are stuck in a poverty mindset, always withdrawing from an empty account. The math is simple but unforgiving. Small, consistent acts of bravery compound into unshakable confidence, while small, consistent hesitations compound into permanent paralysis. Your current position in life is the sum total of all these microtransactions. Every time you chose courage over comfort or fear over freedom. Most people misinterpret fear's signal completely. They think it means danger when it really means growth opportunity. And this is why the same situation that paralyzes one person propels another. It's all in how you read the market indicators. When you start seeing fear as the universe's way of showing you where the real value lies, your entire relationship with it changes. Suddenly, the things that scare you most become your most attractive investments because you understand the risk-reward ratio better than the average person. Final truth, the only way to stop paying the doubt tax is to go all in on yourself. Half measures always cost more in the long run. They prolong the suffering while diminishing the potential returns. When you commit fully, when you decide that retreat is no longer an option, something magical happens. Fear transforms into focus. Doubt into determination. This isn't mystical thinking. It's the psychological shift that occurs when you remove all alternatives. The reason most people stay stuck paying the doubt tax their whole lives is because they always keep a backdoor open, an exit strategy, a just-in-case plan. Winners slam that door shut. They understand that true freedom comes from burning the bridges to mediocrity. The tax collector can't get to you when you're all in on your own success, because doubt can't exist where certainty reigns. Your choice is simple. Keep paying installments on your fears forever, or pay the full price of belief now and own your future outright.